Hey, hi there. My name is Delia Leannan, and I'm your neighbor here in Petaluma. I am a board certified post anesthesia care nurse. I'm also a licensed acupuncturist with a graduate degree in spiritual psychology. And when you need it, I would love to help you untrain your pain. So that's kind of weird, right? Like, what's up with untraining pain? Well, it's really about working with the neural circuitry in your brain to reorder it so that you no longer have to experience chronic pain. I personally am fascinated by pain, which some people might find a little bit strange, but I was asked to give a talk at a conference about 10 or 11 years ago on acupuncture. And when I did, I really wanted to talk about pain, and I did a deep dive into just the science of pain, the modern science of pain, because we're learning more and more about it every day, and it is absolutely fascinating. As a board certified post anesthesia care nurse, I have been helping people with pain at the bedside for almost 20 years. And so, in my own way, I've sort of become a bedside specialist at pain. One of the toughest things you learn as a nurse is to be able to tolerate other people's pain. It's really tough at first. When you're a brand new nurse, you just want to make it stop. You want to make it stop immediately. And in so many cases, you can't. And so part of that is learning how to tolerate other people's pain. When I began to understand that pain is not necessarily something physical, like an object in the body, but rather a warning system in the brain to protect the person, to protect the patient, it's actually very useful. And it's kind of like becoming a specialist or someone very interested in fire alarms, right? Because that's really what the pain experience is. It's a fire alarm. It's letting the person know there's something wrong, there's danger, and that you need to take action, right? In the case of a fire, you need to get out of the house, you need to get out of the building and protect yourself and your loved ones. Well, in the body, usually it indicates that you need to get yourself to safety. You might need to have an intervention such as going to the doctor, getting a particular medication, some intervention like physical therapy, perhaps even a surgery in some cases, you know. You don't want to live with a burst appendix. It's really not good for you. You could become septic. So pain and the pain experience, again, this neural circuitry in our brain is very useful. And so when we begin to understand it as being that and begin to embrace it in a way, right? That's kind of where I got to in my own personal and professional journey, was one of embracing it as something protective and then beginning to understand it. And in a way, over the years, I've become fascinated by it. And it's so personal, it's contextual. Pain is biopsychosocial, which means it's very individual. It's individual to you and how you grew up, in where you're from, whatever state or city, country, culture, your family, your friends, and how you were taught to experience this protective mechanism. And so if you get to know a person's pain, you're actually really getting to know the person. And I became a nurse, I became an acupuncturist because I love people. And so your pain is very interesting to me. Your protective mechanism is very interesting to me. And at the same time, I want to help you untrain your pain when it no longer works for you. So if you've been suffering with pain for 3 years, 5 years, 20 years, and it's not really helping you, it's not a message, a fire alarm, a warning system that's helping you heal. Well, that's redundancy, right? That's like, again, a broken record. And it isn't helpful. And I'd like to help you take it off, take the, the little thing for the record, take it off there so that you no longer have to keep hearing that messaging in that way over and over and over again. It's really noxious and irritating for a lot of people. It's exhausting. It can lead to anxiety and depression. And again, none of that is really helpful. And that's my relationship with pain, is that I want it there for you when it's helpful, and I want to help you remove it or reduce it, eliminate it if we can, when it no longer serves an actual vital purpose. And that is the case with chronic pain when the MRI is clear, the surgery was successful, the tissues have healed, and the doctors can no longer find a reason, a structural, physiological reason for your pain. That's because the pain is in your brain. 100% of the time, the pain is in your brain. We know this because of spinal anesthesia, when you can feel nothing from the waist down. It doesn't matter if you took a hammer to your left knee, you wouldn't feel it. Why? Because the pain is actually in the brain. And the part that's asleep, the lower body, can't send any messages of injury to the brain. So you, in your experience, your physiological experience, you have no idea that there is pain, right? Because you're not having the pain experience because you don't know there's an injury. So I utilize my background as a post-anesthesia care nurse to integrate pain reprocessing therapy as an acupuncturist with mirror point acupuncture, and then also some psychological strategies such as clinical hypnosis to help retrain your brain to untrain pain. So if you need it today, I hope that you will reach out, because I would love to help you untrain your pain. Hope to see you soon, neighbor.